Which show ended so poorly that you really wished you hadn't invested so much time in it? Number 1, the most obvious answer for me is still Game of Thrones. The last season was such an incredible letdown in so many ways and for so many different characters, and it could have been amazing. Number 2, it is still not over, but Grey's Anatomy lost me about a decade ago. Number 3, The Walking Dead. Could have cut that show's length in half and it would have been 10x better. Number 4, How to Get Away with Murder. Once the original storyline was wrapped up, they should have ended the series. Instead it limped on as though it was some sort of inferior spin-off. I gave up a few episodes along. Oh, and Revenge. It got beyond silly. Number 5, Under the Dome was interesting. Ended a season with a cliffhanger and never came back. Number 6, I'll never forgive the writers of Pretty Little Liars. They ran an incredible YA mystery show straight into the ground trying to make money off of extra seasons. They wanted to outsmart the audience rather than tell a good fucking story. Number 7, after 208 episodes of How I Met Your Mother and just pissing on 9 seasons of character development and cast chemistry, yeah, him takes the crown. I mean, not sticking the landing is pretty common on show finales, but to outright throw up your middle fingers at the fans, sigh. The show could have gone down with other greats where people are constantly rediscovering it on streaming and seeing younger generations get into it, but nope. The only time anyone ever talks about him or even discussed is when discussing how bad the ending is. Number 8, Santa Clarita Diet. Incredible show, one of my favorites ever, then Netflix just cancelled it on a huge cliffhanger. Number 9, The 100. It ended at the end of S5 for me. Number 10, Killing Eve, the whole last season was fucking trash. Number 11, That 70s Show. Once Topher left, the show simply stopped being funny, like they reassigned interns to start writing the show. Number 12, Scandal. Classic Shonda show, it's fantastic until it isn't and never picks back up again, then seems to double down on everything everyone hates out of, seemingly, sheer spite for the audience. Number 13, I don't know if this is controversial, but Orange is the New Black. One new character get an insanely unnecessary end where they're basically dead. One has a psychotic break where they don't recover, one has dementia and will 100% eventually die from it. One is in prison for life for something they didn't do because their so-called friend lied. The main character chooses to stay in a codependent relationship with the person that put them in prison in the first place. Barely anyone responsible for incredible injustice gets their comeuppance. I get that's the point, it's supposed to show the reality of what life is like for people in prison, but it's so damn bleak. Number 14, I was mad about how Last Man on Earth ended. Number 15, is not that they've ended poorly, but damn it, I hate Netflix for making me love a show and either cancel it after 1/2 seasons or leave it on a cliffhanger, dash. Number 16, Designated Survivor. Like, what happens next? It was such a cliffhanger and nothing felt complete. Number 17, The Man in High Castle. Phenomenal Season 1. Dumb shit weird by the end. Number 18, Grimm. It was like they were told they were cancelled and had half an hour left to wrap up. Number 19, I thoroughly enjoyed Merlin, and I don't think the ending really made me wish I had invested less time into it, but my goodness, the ending was stupid. Number 20, American Horror Story. I know it's not over yet. It started off so strong. Now, with each season, it gets worse and worse, almost to the point even care to watch it. Number 21, Freaks and Geeks, cause there was only one season and that is a forever tragedy. Number 22, Vampire Diaries. The last season was just stupid tbh lol. Number 23, Altered Carbon. Edit, getting cancelled still resulted in a bad ending, I guess that's where I'm coming from. Number 24, The Strain. Started out very strong, but the romance focus seriously killed the show in so many ways. For fuck's sake, they had a literal Nazi vampire and he wasn't utilized nearly as much as he should have been. Number 25, Gilmore Girls, A Year in the Life. I know they ended it in a way that probably would have opened it up to a second season, but the very last 60 seconds ruined what was already a mediocre reboot. I'm an equal lover/hater and watched the whole series from first to last, including the reboot, over a period of months, so I didn't have to wait the 10 years most fans did between OG series and reboot, so I thought they did okay, given that everyone still kinda sucks, but in the same ways, so at least it was semi-consistent. But they really didn't need to do any of it. And they should have ended the Yitel finale after the wedding. Full stop. Roll credits. No sitting on the steps chatting. Just finished. Meh. Number 26, Enterprise. Shove 3 to 4 years of storylines into one season and then that ending. So annoying. Number 27, X-Files. I've never been burned or will ever get burned by a show again because of it. Number 28, Dead Like Me. Only on for 2 seasons. There were so many plot potentials and unanswered questions when the show ended. Then, they made a movie to wrap it up. Not all the same actors could come back. So they cast new people for those same roles. The movie ignored a majority of the rules that the show had already established. It was awful. I tell people to never watch the movie because it ruins what the show had. Number 29, The Witcher. Season 1 was great. Season 2 was okay. Season 3 felt like whiplash that became worse and worse with each episode. I know the show is continuing with a Hemsworth, but for me, it's over. Number 30, Bloodline's first season was some of the best TV I'd ever seen. Season 3 is unwatchable. Lost for all the reasons that have been mentioned forever. Number 31, Dead to Me. Absolutely loved that show. Glad that I did stop watching it in the final season as soon as I saw where it was going. I can't have that ending for Jen and Judy. I refuse. Number 32, The Society on Netflix. I really enjoyed it, but they left it on a cliffhanger and decided that it wouldn't be continued. I hated myself for a week. LMFAO. Number 33, Sherlock. Enjoyed the show, but the last episode was terrible. Number 34, Ragnarok on Netflix. The first season was awesome, but then you realize it's all in his head and none of that really happened. Number 35, Voltron, Legendary Defender. Makes the GOT ending look like a masterpiece by comparison. Number 36, Castle. Interesting cases, intense character development, all shot to hell by a weird ending that was a hallucination? Maybe? Still confused. Number 37, Evil. Paramount Plus decided to cancel it this year, maybe cutting costs ahead of the merger. Ick. Told everyone working on it that they wouldn't get the additional 2 seasons originally planned and that they had 4 episodes to wrap it all up. The last few episodes are like a fever dream featuring the show. Pity. Number 38, Battlestar Galactica. From the first we were told the Cylons have a plan. They had no plan. The writers had no plan. I was insulted by the God did it conclusion. Rubbish. Number 39, Umbrella Academy. Edit, besides some really dubious character decisions, Klaus and the drug dealer in Grave Arc that went nowhere, Five and Lila having an affair while trapped between timelines, the ending moral is awful. Apparently, they were trying to go for "Are you still a superhero if no one remembers you?" philosophical conundrum, but I am not the only person who walked away thinking, if you've been abused and have damage from trauma, it's your fault because you're bad and don't belong, and the world would literally be better if you never existed. Not just died. Never existed. Made the whole show pointless.